Good evening, boys and girls, and welcome to another reading with me, Goodnight Stories. Tonight we shall be reading A Long Way From Home. This is a story by Elizabeth Baguley and Jane Chapman. A Long Way From Home. At bedtime in the burrow, Mars was squished and squashed by sleepy rabbits. "Oh no," he tutted. "Grumplings. Move over, Tam." Tam squeezed over, then folded her arms round Mars, using him as a hot water bottle. "Too hot," muttered Mars. "Too many rabbits." So, out into the night he went.
"What are you doing out here, smallest bun?"
asked Albatross, swooping down. "There's no room," snuffled Mars, "and Tam is always squashing me."
"But she's your favourite sister."
"He doesn't stop her squashing me," said Mars. So, to cheer him up, Albatross told Mars about the land of the North Star, where there was sky space and snow space. "No rabbits there," sighed Mars. "I wish I could come with you to the frozen north."
"Hop on, then, smallest bun,"
Albatross said. Mars squeaked as Albatross lifted into the air. Under the moon and over the wind she flew, as she soared high, higher, higher. Mars held out his paws with light wings. "I'm flying," he cried.
"Hold tight. It's the North Star,"
Albatross shouted. From the North Star came a wild tornado of snow, and before Mars could take hold of Albatross, he had toppled into the storm. Swept on the wind, he tumbled and rolled, down and down, to land puff in a snowdrift. Mars was all alone, and for a moment he was afraid. Then he looked around at the empty white space and shook himself with excitement. "No squish," he cried. "No squash." Mars danced solo in the snow. He skated and skimmed and threw snowballs. But then whoosh, he was slipping down an ice slide, going faster and faster. Mars skidded to a stop. Oh no, there were rabbits everywhere. As he opened his mouth to protest, the other rabbits did too. But the only sound was Mars's tiny squeak. "Mirror rabbits," he gasped. They weren't real rabbits, just reflections in the ice. Mars was in an ice cave, an ice hall, an ice palace. It was as big as space and as quiet as silence, and there was no one there but him. In the mirror walls, Mars saw himself like a king, his fluff grand with ice crystals. Mars made a cool, roomy snow nest. "No nest sharings," he pronounced, and lay rawly down to sleep. When Mars woke, his fluff was frozen and he was cold to the bone. Shivering in his lonely bed, he thought about his snuggly sister Tam, squeezed into the nest with all the cosy night snufflings of his family. Even his tears froze. How he longed to go home. So, out of the palace he crawled, slipping and slithering up the ice slide until he came out under the open sky where the stony moon shone. "Albatross," shouted Mars, "where are you?" There was no answer, only the empty creaking of the ice. But there, a feathery whisper on the wind. Mars looked up and saw wide wings. It was Albatross.
"Smallest bun," she said, relieved. "I've been looking for you everywhere."
She swung Mars onto her back, and gratefully he nestled into her warm down, thinking only of home. Back in the nest, Tam rolled over. Mars was wonderfully squished and squashed. He was gorgeously crumpled and crammed. He was Tam's hot water bottle. He snuggled into her fluff, and with a sigh, he fell asleep. Well, boys and girls, what an adventure we just had with Mars. But it just goes to show, in the end, he missed his sister terribly. Thank you for joining me, Goodnight Stories. Please like and subscribe. Good night. Sleep tight.